Hello, survivors, and welcome to another episode of Will You Survive?
The podcast.
The podcast! We are here to talk about... Oh, nope. I'm Erik.
And I'm Alex.
And now we're here to talk about the second installment of the Hunger Games series. We're talking about Catching Fire, which spends a lot of time outside the arena.
It does.
Which I saw this in theaters, which was a long time ago. It was 9 years ago, 10 years ago.
11? Just about 11. It came out in 2013.
Yeah, around there, yeah. I did not understand a lot of the concepts in this movie. One, I didn't understand the concept of rebellion. And then two, I did not understand the emotional turmoil that Katniss was in between Peeta and Gale.
Yeah, right.
That sucks.
I get it. I mean, so just a quick recap. This is now a year after they won the Hunger Games together, which was unprecedented.
It's a year after?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's the next Hunger. Yeah, okay, go on.
And so now they have to go back on what's known as the Victor's Tour because it's the 75th annual Hunger Games and it's the third 25-year, whatever they called it.
The quarter.
Yeah, I don't remember
I
what
don't
it
know.
was.
It was some stupid name.
It seemed made up by the president, but apparently, maybe we the district people are just kept in the dark and we're too stupid. You know, we don't get access to these laws, right? We don't get to see it. So he's able to just kind of make it up. That's how I thought about it.
I agree. That's kind of how I thought it. It did seem like 75 sounds good.
Yeah.
That's a good triple number right there.
It's the third quarter thingamabob, and
but then,
what we get to do is put the winners of all the previous Hunger Games.
They said every 25 years they do something unique and different. And so this 25 years, the 75th one, that was the twist.
Yep.
Was that it would be the victors to remind them that no one is stronger than the Capitol.
That's right.
What a fucking punch at her.
And it was...
But see, the reason I don't think it was made up completely, though, is because, Effie knew about it.
Yep.
Which, oh my God, Effie. At the reaping, when she pulled Katniss's name, because it was the only
She's
name
the
in there.
only girl.
That look, you saw her, dying loyalty to the Capitol die right there.
I saw it somewhere else.
Really?
I saw it when she gave Peeta the gold bracelet, or the medallion, sorry, and Haymitch the gold bracelet. When she gave it to them and she said, "We're a team," right? And I just saw that was when she was closer to them than she was to the Capitol.
I think in that moment she was realizing just how fucked this was.
She was, I think, she was so
unfair.
hurt doing everything, having to keep going.
Second year in a row that they're standing up there.
Yep.
And Peeta volunteering for Haymitch.
That was so cool.
It was so quick. The way that all played out, man, the acting, what a difference from Cube. Not to shit on Cube. But oh my God, the acting in this movie was phenomenal. It's really good.
And you know what? I've never seen any of these movies. And I got to tell you, I'm going to watch the third one tonight.
I have to.
Now, okay, the Will You Survive aspect of this becomes so much more political because, as you said, we spend a lot of time outside of the arena. Mm-hmm. So I already have a disadvantage for me. If I'm the one in the arena, I have a disadvantage because I'm going for knives, spears, swords. I'm not good with a bow.
So this
makes me really want to learn how to shoot a bow.
This might be different. I'm sure somebody can. I don't know how you knock an arrow that fast. Like when she was in that hologram room and she did she shot 2 rapid fire.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do that. I don't know if it's actually possible for somebody to do that. I imagine it has to be.
You know, the only people I see who shoot rapid like that today, they're Olympic performers, right? They're archers. This is what they've done their whole life. So I know it's possible to shoot fast and accurate. And I guess what makes this more believable to me that she's able to do this is the fact that she has to hunt all of her own food. I'm guessing that she's launched an arrow by mistake, startled the animals, and had to grab another one and shoot real quick, right? So, I mean, when you're on survival, I get it.
It's like Gail said, still animals.
Right.
It's just a different type.
Which I absolutely love. I hate and love how they kept showing you how traumatized these kids were.
Yeah, what they were doing. They were contrasting the whole act all nice and then the reality of the whole situation. And then the put on your smiles, you're on camera, and then the reality of the aftermath of that. And then going back into it afterwards.
Having killed people, now live with it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And you're not killing them by your own choice. You're killing them because somebody else is telling you, kill or be killed.
That's like when Effie told her, like, now you get to enjoy the victory tour. You've earned it. And she goes, by killing people?
Right.
Like, I've earned it? What kind of thought process is that?
Right.
It shows
the capital's thought process.
Shows how wicked.
Yep. Dehumanize the people you disagree with.
Exactly.
You don't like them.
Exactly.
Right. It's easy to dehumanize them. And that way, when you kill them, I don't even need to think of you. You're not a person. You're a thing.
So this Hunger Games was very different than the previous one. A quarter quell, I think is what they called it.
That's it. I think you're right.
This one was different because it was a quarter quell, but also because they were all previous victors, they all felt cheated. Remember Joanna from District 7 who said, like, the deal was I win this and I'm safe for the rest of my life. And
Right.
you've lied.
Right.
So all these victors were pissed, not at each other, except maybe for District 1 and 2. Like Finnick said, don't trust 1 and 2.
They just love to fight and kill.
They're just bloodthirsty. Don't trust 1 and 2, but remember who the real enemy is.
Yep.
That line was said who was it said by early?
Oh, I don't remember who said it first.
I think it might have been
remember,
Haymitch.
It was who was Mag's like son, like adopted son. What was his name? What was his name? He was the one.
Was it not Finnick?
Finnick. He was the one who said it in the arena.
Yeah.
Because she had the bow trained on him, and you heard Snow saying, let it fly, Miss Everdeen, let it fly. And she didn't.
He said, remember who the real enemy is.
So I think you're right. I think it was Haymitch.
Somebody said it in the beginning, and that's when he said it, which would make sense because they were in cahoots, Haymitch and Finnick.
Yep.
When he said that, that's what clicked for Katniss, that like the enemy is the capital, not these people.
Right.
And you saw it the way the game started. Much more people went to the cornucopia. Katniss went to the cornucopia in the center because she had allies this time.
Right.
That she didn't trust. She didn't trust Finnick all the way up until the end, even though he gave her no reason to distrust and every reason to trust.
And saved Peeta's life.
See, I understood his point. He just gave the guy CPR, tried desperately, revived this guy, could have killed you guys while you guys were hugging and kissing, and you're not going to trust him now to watch you while you sleep?
He let Mags go walk into the fucking fog
To save
Peeta.
That
was huge.
That was so sad. I mean, he was right. She was never going to make it out, but that's such a
horrible way, man.
But that's what I mean. All of them, when they all held hands during the Caesar show, I like Caesar much less.
Oh no, I completely agree. I think they did it to us on purpose. But I have a question for you about all of this. I think you're going in the same direction that I feel about it, watching it, experiencing all that they're going through, trying to be with them through this whole movie. Do you believe that this was the new game master, that his plan to have this quarter quell and get all of the old victors was actually part of the plan to start the rebellion by uniting all of the victors against the capital? You do? Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. So that was just clear.
This game master is a game master, but he was not just the Hunger Games game master.
Right.
He played President Snow so perfectly. You know, President Snow was doubting him. Every step of the way he doubted him.
Yeah.
And to me, there was at one point where he convinced President Snow, where he was basically saying, yeah, you got to let her You got to let her kill her allies live on TV and then kill her, because then the image of her dies along with her.
Yep.
If just her dies right now, the Mockingjay image still lives on.
Yep.
But if you let her kill her friends, they both die. I swear I heard the dice roll in D&D. I heard the persuasion roll. And like, man, and President Snow was like, "You're right." I'm like, "Oh my God, this guy's brilliant."
And Plutarch Heavensby, played by Philip Seymour Hoffman, rip. Love that guy. He plays so many funny
He's a great
roles.
actor.
And this one was just so unbelievable. Well, okay, I just because we're talking about the game master here, what Katniss did in her talent of portraying the former game master hanging himself, and she wrote his name on his chest.
What she put? She put something Seneca.
Yeah. Well, I thought she just wrote his whole name. Was it? Did she put something else on it?
I think she wrote. She wrote his first name in his.
I know she wrote Seneca.
Yeah, she wrote Seneca. She wrote something else, but basically she was telling him like, "This is what happened last game master.
Yep.
This is who you work for." But he knew.
Right. And we found that out at the end of this one, which I was so confused until I saw him on the ship.
So I have seen this movie before, but I knew he was up to something, not because I remembered. I did not remember that the game master was in on it, but when he said like, I volunteered to be the game master, and she was like, "Why would you do that?" And he goes, "I don't know, maybe I was inspired by you." When he said that, I was like, "You're part of the rebellion." There's
good.
no way you say that if you're not part of the rebellion.
That's a good catch. No, I completely missed that. I didn't get it until President Snow came out calling for him, and they all lost their power. Everything went down, and he's calling for him, and he's nowhere to be found.
Enjoy the show.
And then all of a sudden, he's on the ship with them. I was like, "Oh, you sneaky bastard."
He set it up. He set it up from the very beginning, recommending...
Was it coincidence or was it planned? Did somebody put it in Joanna's mind to cut out her tracker?
No.
Did Joanna just think of it?
No, it was planned. Like he said, half the tributes were in on it.
Oh, man.
On the ship, they said half the tributes were in on it. The other half weren't.
So that's why they were saving her.
They were all trying to get her out. Not all of them, but half of them had no intention of hurting her. They needed to save her because they all knew what was happening. Bullshit.
Yep.
What's been happening is bullshit, but what's happening especially now, bullshit.
Yep.
Done.
You're just going to keep changing the rules on us. So
just
now,
to oppress us. Yeah.
And now it's time.
This is the shot. They saw the way that she was invoking everybody when she would just show up to the districts. Even when she was just reading their pretty little cards, they were saying, "Tell us what you really think." They knew that was fucking capital bullshit. Mm-hmm. That wasn't her thoughts.
What about how they treated Cinna in front of her?
I wanted to cry.
But did he or did he not give everybody a symbol to unite behind with that dress?
I knew the second they turned the camera on him and said, "Oh, that's her stylist, Cinna," they put a fucking target on him right there. I think he knew. I don't know. Something in his face said he knew.
I believe that
he
too.
was fucked.
I believe that too. And I think he knew that when he designed that dress.
The Mockingjay?
Yep.
He knew he was starting the rebellion, right? Or at least fueling it.
Well, especially after, like, I don't think the Capitol people had access to what the Capitol was doing to the districts. But we knew as the viewers, after we saw what happened in District 11, when that one just put up the symbol.
Fucking shot him.
And they shot him. Like,
in front of everybody.
Just for putting up the symbol. But then again, they did riot. So it was like, they were just harsh.
I guess District 11 was a lot more strict.
Yep.
Because when I saw Prim and her mom do that in District 12, I was like, oh my God, they're going to get shot.
So that was also, I should say, that was another spot that I saw Effie's allegiance waning, was when they got off at District 11. And she goes, "Well, this is festive." Mm-hmm. It was like annoyance, right? Yeah. She was like annoyed by how they were doing it.
I would never.
Right. So that was another interesting thing. But going into the whole politics of everything, like, I think that for someone who's unlikable, right? I really like that that Katniss is portrayed as unlikable and not friendly, right? She even said it when Peeta asked her, we got to be friends, and
the best of making friends.
We can only be friends if we talk about the deep things, right?
What's your favorite color? Now you've
crossed the line.
That's so funny.
But the fact that they use that, I take comfort in that, right? My own wife says the plant that describes me to her is a cactus because I'm a fucking prick.
What did you say though?
A bougainvillea. Okay.
A boogadaboogadaba?
Although I do have to say, bougainvillea have like the most gnarly thorns, so she's not far off, even from my own perception of myself.
She just didn't know about the boogadaboogada.
She just didn't know about the thorns. But come on, the description is fucking awesome. It's a pretty plant. It's a pretty vine that you leave alone, and it takes over your whole fucking life.
I mean, cacti have pretty little flowers sometimes.
At the top of them. But I don't even have that.
Little hats.
I don't even have that.
We interrupt this program to bring you breaking news. A wave of fear has spread through the land as tax season approaches. There appears to be panic and unrest in the streets. We're getting word that two brave heroes have discovered a method for surviving the horror. They tell us that if you visit reliabletaxreturns.com, you will gain what appears to be immunity from the fear. Reliable Tax Returns will help you avoid the horror of this tax season. And if you mention Will You Survive the podcast, you'll get 10% off the cost of your return. Whether you're a full-time W-2 employee or a 1099 gig worker, they've got you covered. So avoid a horde of IRS agents and visit reliabletaxreturns.com and tell them Will You Survive the podcast sent you for 10% off the cost of your return. That's reliabletaxreturns.com. We now return you to your regularly scheduled program.
But the politics.
Oh, yeah.
The politics of this and needing to be likable.
I saw
take
less
comfort.
of that in this.
I really did.
Because it was...
They already liked her.
Mm-hmm.
But not the they that the Capitol wanted.
Yeah.
All of the districts.
See, that
liked
was the
her.
thing. It was no longer... She didn't need sponsors, really.
Right.
Because unknowingly, half the arena was on her side.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. And it made sense afterwards, right? Because even Peeta, the changeling, gave up her life for Peeta. And she goes, is that what you think happened? Because that's what it looked like. I was so confused because why was Katniss questioning this? Because I thought that's what they did.
Well, so Katniss didn't see it happen. Peeta was the one who saw this person come out of fucking nowhere over his shoulder and take on the baboon.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't see that. So I think that was her genuinely asking, like, is that what you think happened? And he was like, that's what it looked like.
Okay.
But the way that he handled that with her, oh my God, it just made it gave me a lump in my throat.
Just look up. Look at all those colors.
So sweet.
Look at everything. Nothing else matters. I'm here with you.
Do you think she's falling for him? I think she has a lot on her mind. I don't think that's her first priority, but
I think...
How much of it do you think really is acting?
You know what? Okay, let me just say it this way. I think without a doubt, nobody can question me on this. She cares about him.
For sure.
She cares about him, and she might care about him more than she knows. She didn't want him to die. She wanted Haymitch to volunteer for him, right? Because that was an interesting thing. When she went to Haymitch, and he goes, I bet you want me to die. And she was like, no, I want to drink. I was like, oh, finally something I can help you with. But when he had said, I can't help you. And she said, no, I want you to volunteer if Peeta gets picked. Mm-hmm. And he goes, well, that's funny. He said he wanted to volunteer if I get picked. He's like, I can't do anything about it.
Yeah, if he
volunteers.
But he said, if his name gets picked, I'll volunteer.
Right. But it went the other way.
Very sweet. I can't imagine Haymitch in the arena. I don't know. Part of me is like, it would be really cool to see Haymitch in the arena. Because you know nothing about how he won his games.
I agree. But here's the reason why I think it would be something gnarly to see. Because he's such a drunk. He's coping. Mm-hmm. That tells me he was brutal even beyond his own comprehension.
I think so, with how much he drinks, where he basically just drinks a cup of whiskey for breakfast.
I mean, shit, everything, all the medicine, right? That it was like almost like rubbing alcohol.
That was so funny.
And he smells it and he pours it into a cup.
He just pours it in.
I'm like, that's just drink anything, right? So something tells me that he has a hard time coping with who he became in order to win the game.
Mm-hmm. Or just the fact that he can never get out of it, which is what he told them. Which, so that's where
That's
like
true.
The emotional turmoil of knowing that you're going to have to keep up this ruse of being in love with this person that you're not in love with.
Right.
So part of you has to wonder, is it worth just being in love with him? Because that's who you have to be in love with for the rest of your life.
And in
trying
the old
to
days,
juggle this whole like, I have to pretend to be in love with you, but I'm really in love with this person, but I have to kiss this person and get married to this person in public, and then which makes Gale look like such a fucking shitty, not him as a shitty dude, but like getting walked all over. I can only imagine the gossip in the coal mines.
Even worse. He looks like he's coming in between Peeta. Is that what you mean? He looks like he's coming in between Peeta and Katniss.
I was thinking more like everybody around him being like, that's your girl? That's your girl kissing up on that guy?
Yeah, I don't think nobody knows that that's his girl. So it's like if Snow showed...
I would think that District 12 would know.
No, they hid it. They ran away every time. They were always outside of the district.
I guess so. But Gale took care of her family, and like that had to be known.
I think by the family. I don't think by everybody, though.
But it's such a small, tight-knit community.
Yeah, but there's the only way that she was able to do this was she fooled enough people. I understand the other districts but sure.
Snow knew that they were involved.
Yeah, but he had video evidence of it. He was following her.
I mean, yes, but I don't know. I definitely think there's no way her district didn't know about Gale and her, especially when she became such a spotlight. There's no way they don't know, like, oh yeah, Gale used to hang out with her a lot.
I mean, possible, but there's so much real problems on people's minds. Like, how much do you actually pay attention to somebody else's love life?
I mean, I suppose so. Because in the coal mines, when they announced the engagement, you heard one of the guys be like, oh, that's so sweet. So I guess maybe you're right that they didn't show any indication that he would,
but see,
that they would know about that.
That's what they wanted, the rebellion. That's what they wanted to start to inspire. Think about other things rather than just the games and surviving.
Mm-hmm.
Get your mind. What Snow had said was, hope is dangerous. A little bit.
A spark is okay.
But once it becomes a little more than that, then it becomes contagious.
I think they hard overcorrected in District 12. And
I think our good game master helped us with that.
Yeah, I think the whole bringing in the peacekeepers, setting up the square, beating Gale, and almost killing all three victors, all on day one. You're coming in way too hot to a place that already doesn't like you. You've just created a rebellion.
But why? What was the reason they beat Gale? I felt like I missed something there.
They beat Gale because he tackled the commander when the commander was trying to beat like an old woman or something.
Oh, I definitely missed that.
Yeah, he tackled him off, and then he was like, to the square! And then Gale went over to the square and got beat up.
Yeah, okay.
That was brutal.
It was. And then he whipped Katniss in the face, didn't he?
Yeah, which that was a really stupid political move on his part.
I mean,
she was the princess of the capital, at least the population of the capital. Maybe not Snow, but...
No, Snow or the other politicians did not care. They did not like her.
Mm-mm.
But
everybody else loved
the capital
the
loved
girl
her.
On fire.
And they wanted this wedding to happen.
Oh, they wanted the wedding to happen, and when they found out she was pregnant...
The baby?
Call it off!
Call it off!
Call the games off! Oh,
no
shit.
games. And then they shut it all down.
Yeah, that was a strike of brilliance from Peeta. And you could tell all the victors knew.
All of them.
All of them
Arm
knew
in arm,
this
raised
isn't
hands.
true, but that's what Haymitch said. None of these people want the games to go on. I suggest you get on board.
Right. Right.
Like I think that is when he said, "Know who your real enemy is."
Right.
These people are most of these people are not your enemy.
What was District 7? I said her name before. I forgot it,
Joanna?
though. Joanna.
She was a fucking character, man.
Wasn't she?
The stripping in the elevator
That was
is
so
one of the
nuts.
funniest scenes.
And I like Hamish. Thank you.
Thanks. Where she was like, "Thank you, let's do it again." And, "Thank you."
I liked it. I think.
I love unzip me. Sure.
But, I keep going back to the politics. I think I would fail at this. I'm trying to put myself in Peeta's shoes, right? He did a great job. He was far more likable than Katniss at first, right? She's a darling, but he is more well-spoken. He's more friendly. He's more personable.
He had the answers
He
that they
did.
wanted to hear.
He
He
did.
knew what they wanted to hear and was willing to just say it. I don't think she even knew what they wanted to hear. And I feel that way too. We're like, that's such a psychotic mental to me that I can't figure out what these people would want to hear. Like, I get the whole, like, it's a game to them, but it's not a game.
Right.
Nothing about this is a game, and that just doesn't make any sense to me.
no.
So I could never give these people the answer they want. Why do you want to get to know me when you're sending me to go die?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but not them, right? Everybody has dehumanized this whole thing, right? It's not just, we're not sending you to die. We're sending you to compete.
It just so happens that
It
23
just so
of you
happens
die.
that, everybody dies but one.
Crazy.
And
It's almost like you're sending them to die.
it's almost, I mean, I don't know if it's exactly that, but
Yeah.
we're close.
Just nice little convenient word changing.
What else happened in this that okay, so there were a couple of things that I really liked. I really tripped out at the whole fog thing, the poison in the
That's
fog.
rough.
And then they got to the water and somehow the water washed it off, I guess. I'm confused about how exactly that would work, but
I'm thinking it had to just be like maybe from the game master. Like he said, moves and counter moves. So like giving them a way to get rid of it. So I imagine, I'm no scientist,
maybe
but I imagine
pushing them where he wanted them to go too.
I don't think so. I think
You don't think so? Because what about when that fog just like hit that barrier?
Well, so when it hit the barrier, that's the end of its path. So just like the water when it came rushing down, flooding down in that wedge, it ended by the time it got to them.
Oh yeah, it just hit that.
The
big
baboons
wall
stopped
and-
at they all had their different stopping points.
Okay,
But
including the humans. You have the barrier. If you run into it,
yeah.
you die.
So what I
Or you
noticed
could
about
die.
this arena is that it kept pushing you towards the center
Right.
all the time because all the things would happen from the
Well,
top.
that would explain,
or
right?
from the outside towards the center.
That would explain nuts. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock.
Mhm.
She knew it was a clock.
Yeah. She figured it out. This is a second movie in a row where autism saves the day.
Oh,
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock.
But was she autistic or was she tormented from winning the games?
I don't know. That's a good question. I think I don't know. I think maybe what was the guy's name? Beardsley or something like that.
They called him volts.
Is that what they called him?
That was remember Joanna called them nuts and volts.
Oh, nuts and bolts. Yeah, that's funny. I didn't catch that. That's really funny. He seemed like tormented from the games, but coping.
Right.
I think he was in on it for sure. I think the game master provided that coil and the electric tree for a purpose. The whole design was for her to break the arena, which I think was shown even as early as when they were all in the room together, like doing their survival training and testing their weapons and everything. When she talked to Nuts and Bolts and they pointed out the force field in front of them.
Yep.
Even from then, I think the game master did that on purpose. Instead of using glass, using that as it put it in her mind. So The way I saw this was the game master put all the pieces there, but there was no guarantee that she was going to figure everything out. He made it so that the victors would get picked, which meant there was a pool of people who would be picked from, a much smaller pool than a normal reaping.
Right.
Then he made it, which actually now it can be adults.
Right.
Which changes everything. Then he puts the force field when they're doing their training, and I think that puts it in her mind about that. He like set everything up, but there was no guarantee that it would all fall the way that it did.
Right. Now, by the way, Volt's name was Beatty.
Beatty, that was his name. I liked that guy.
I did too, especially like he had that timing down. He knew what that was, and he was trying to explain it to Katniss, and she was so like, and I can't fault her for this because she was like so hesitant to believe anybody. Right?
Yeah, I get it, but also like,
oh man. But it was so weird that everybody was on her side, which that furders my understanding of her doubt. You know, why are all of you trying to help me?
Everybody was against her in a way. So you're right. She did kind of have a point to be paranoid.
Right.
Everybody was conspiring in her favor, but against her.
Right.
Leaving her in the dark. And especially in the Hunger Games, when you know there's only one victor in a normal situation, all these people are helping you is like, okay, at what point are you going to stop helping me?
Exactly. At what point are you going to kill me? I mean, we talked about this in the last Hunger Games episode, is how is it that you make these alliances and you go along with this leader, knowing at some point you're going to have to try to kill each other?
See, that's why this felt so much different to me, though. Like this Hunger Games is because, one, in the beginning being told, remember who your enemy is or know who your enemy is. And then you all had a common goal. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't to just win the games. Mm-hmm. Normally, all 24 tributes have the same goal. Survive, win the Hunger Games. But now, these were all past victors who were all pissed at the system. You now had a new common enemy, and it wasn't the tributes.
Right.
So that's why I think there was a lot less person-on-person killing, a lot more environmental killing, because I don't think, with the exception of Districts 1 and 2, I don't think these people wanted to kill each other.
Right.
I don't think any of the tributes ever wanted to kill each other, really, but especially in this game, I think they were much more willing to create alliances, to not kill, especially now knowing that it was set up from the beginning that half of these people were there to help her.
Now, what do you think, without going too far into the future in this, you might already know the answer if you remember these movies.
Probably don't.
After this destruction of the arena, that the games can't continue, right? Because they can't even watch it. So
you're right.
Okay, so they have to get pulled out of there, and they have to redo it somehow or whatever they're going to do. And they believe Katniss is dead?
That's a good question. I don't know if they believe she's dead because they would have never found a body.
Right.
So I think especially with someone as high profile as her, they're not going to confirm dead until they see a body.
That's the rule.
So because
the
they
TV
found
and movie
Peeta,
rule.
They found Joanna. So if they didn't find Katniss, I'd assume she got away somehow.
Wait, did I miss something?
At the end...
Did Peeta and Joanna die?
No, they didn't die. But at the end, remember when Katniss got pissed at Haymitch?
Oh, they were in there. They were in the ship, weren't they?
No. Well, when they were in the ship, when Haymitch, the Game Master, Finnick, and Katniss were in the ship...
Had it already been days by that point? Or are we talking about when... Okay.
Wait, no. Not yet.
So she had that mask on. She gets up real quick.
Mm-hmm. And she grabs the syringe.
So that was instantaneous, right? Like that was like right after they pulled her up.
Yes, that was right after.
Okay.
And then that's when she overheard Haymitch saying like she's going to freak out when she finds out about the boy. And that's when she lost her shit because he was right. And that's when the Game Master said, you were the goal all along. You are the revolution. It started. This is the rebellion. Step up. But also saying like Peeta and Joanna are at the Capitol. They got them.
Oh.
So they got captured after that. They couldn't save them. They had to save Katniss.
Right. But
which
they cut out her tracker.
She was pissed. That's what Joanna did.
Yep.
That's when Joanna pretending to, which makes me wonder, the people who were chasing Joanna, were they in on it too? Like, did they know, like, you can't just cut her tracker out because they'll see it.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe if you could create a distraction and make it seem like she died, or that Joanna killed her when she didn't, she was pulling out the tracker. It's just enough that I don't think any viewers would be looking for that. They'd be like, oh my God, she killed Katniss. Yep. And then she runs away. And then Katniss gets up and you're like, oh, she didn't kill Katniss. Oh. But
okay,
never thinking about the arm.
Right.
I didn't think about the arm.
I didn't either.
Why would you think about that?
I really thought that was the most bizarre thing. Like, why did she cut her in the arm? And it really didn't make any sense to me.
To me, it was like just to make her scream, just to make it seem like she really did.
See, I didn't even get. That's a good thought. I didn't even get that. That's what I
thought it was. That's what I thought Joanna was doing. Was I'm going to pretend like I kill you right now, make you do a really realistic scream by cutting you, and then telling you don't get up and running away. That was brilliant from Joanna.
Yep.
But now I wonder how much, like, were those other two in on it? Did they know that she would be cutting out the tracker and that their whole purpose was to pretend like they were going after Joanna?
Yeah, right. I mean, at this point, the confusion is all around.
Which it has to be that way because the Capitol can't know what's happening.
That's right. And everything that was done to the arena was done by Katniss, not Peeta, not Joanna. So you have at least a small chance that they'll be kept alive. Not a great chance because Snow is pissed. Mm-hmm. Snow wants death. He wants people to die.
But I think he's willing to use Peeta and Joanna as
bait.
Yeah, to get Katniss.
Now I think you're revealing something you know. Don't tell me.
No, I genuinely brain empty. No idea. I remember like clips, but they're like action shots of Katniss by an explosion and stuff like that. I don't remember any details from the next movies.
You know how I know we both really liked this movie?
Huh?
We're nearly 40 minutes in and we haven't shut up about this movie. We haven't even gone on tangents like we normally do.
Oh, that's so true. We normally don't talk about the actual movie.
This movie is so filled with things. And I love how they go right to survival technique, right? Water. Go find water. You gotta find drinking water.
The tree
we know
tap.
that. Haymitch to the rescue.
Oh man, Haymitch to the rescue every time.
Although I do think there was one flaw that movie magic, it's fine. It's not a big deal, but it's just one of those things that you're like, hey, wait a minute. They tapped that tree, right? They were drinking out of that tree. They never show anything different. And then the fog comes, they run away. Like, did they get the tree tap out?
I assume so because
you have to.
She fell asleep and woke up, which, by the way, what the fuck, Katniss? She fell asleep on watch.
Yeah, she said, I know. Especially after
Finnick wanted to watch, and she said no.
All right, well, if you're not going to sleep, then I'm going to.
And she said, okay. And then she falls asleep. Yeah. And then she wakes up. She wakes up, and you could see the panic when she woke up, like, oh, fuck, is everyone dead? Did I fuck up? And then looking around for a second, she sits up, and then she starts dozing off again.
But she went and put her hand in the fog,
well,
didn't
yeah, she started dozing off again, and then she heard something. She looked over. She saw the fog, and then that's when she reached out to it, which I'm not going to lie. I don't reach out. I just assume that's bad. And I start running.
Arena? I don't think you're wrong for assuming that's bad.
There's no part of me that sees that fog and goes, that's probably natural and okay. No, that doesn't. First of all, I don't know if fog happens in a jungle like that.
Oh, it would. Yeah, it's just temperature differences.
Fog clouds would drop that low on a rainforest?
Well, fog would arise with the warmth of the plant life and the underbrush and the cold air. But it would have. I mean, this is an arena. They would manufacture it like that.
There's no part of me that believes that's normal fog.
No,
at all.
That's the easiest thing to assume. Everything in this damn jungle is trying to kill me.
She took also like immediately. I'm like, hey guys, wake up. Look at this. This is weird, right?
I know she did take a while.
It wasn't until she got hurt and then she screamed run, which by the way, they fucking woke up and ran so fast.
I mean, they trusted her. I'm a little more on the dumb side, I think I wake up hearing someone say, "Run." What? When I wake up like I'm
Yeah.
risen from the dead.
I am not a morning person.
Mm-mm.
I don't like waking up. I would die there.
I'm the same. Unless my feet were in the fog first and it came in and it hurt me.
But
then
even
I'd
then,
be
now
like,
you have to run on that.
oh,
I don't think you can.
So bad. Me personally, I think I have at least a little bit of a chance to do it because from being a competitive runner, my feet are so jacked up. I've run on blisters. I've run on broken toes. I've run on.
This seemed so painful, though.
I can only imagine. But I mean, broken toes aren't a walk in the park.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So is also finishing a race, running 1.5 miles on a sprained ligament.
You did that?
Mm-hmm.
That sounds not smart.
I didn't know. And, you know, that's like the funniest thing about it is you've always heard stories.
Yeah.
I heard a crack, and I thought, why are they setting off the next race when we're only halfway done?
Oh,
That's
no.
the dumbest thing. All of a sudden, I realized my leg is not working right. And I'm like throwing it forward to make myself go, what the hell is wrong with me? But it didn't hurt.
It's the adrenaline.
It had to have been because I wasn't in any kind of pain. But I mean, I finished 1.5 miles. I ran up and down hills on this thing.
You're so focused on running, you don't even notice the pain. That's crazy.
That was the first time I learned from the doctor what 10, when they say on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is the pain, right? That was when I learned what a 10 was. Because he said, on a scale of 1 to 10, and I said, I'd say it's about a 7. And he touched my foot, and I started screaming
like,
and
10.
writhing in pain. I didn't say that. I started screaming and writhing in pain, and he looked at me when I calmed down. I was like breathing hard, and I'm shaking from the pain. He goes, that's a 10. I was like,
you liar.
It doesn't hurt if you don't touch it. He goes, that's not the point. And so they gave me cortisone, and it felt much better.
Yeah, I bet.
But then I was an idiot because it started feeling so much better that within like a week I was walking on it.
Oh no.
At home, like not everywhere else, but I still should not have been. I should have still been on my crutches, even
time.
at home. It's supposed to be 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And, I went back into physical therapy like right away. I was doing training in a pool where I would wear a special kind of life vest that would keep me above water. And I would run as if I was running on the ground, but in a pool. So no impact on my knee. So I was flexing and extending my knee.
Just to get it moving.
And,
in the right way.
I probably shouldn't have been doing that, but when you're 15, you're invincible.
Doing something like that in the Hunger Games would be detrimental.
I don't know. I think you have to.
Well, no, but I mean like breaking something.
Oh my God.
Or tearing something.
Could you imagine?
You're so screwed.
Unless I had the same ability where I could just keep going, but how long can you go like that?
They did have that cream that like instantly healed her burn, so I'm sure they got
I wonder
something.
I wonder. Wait, wasn't in part 1, didn't Peeta get like really badly injured and she was able to run and grab like something? That was at that part where they said every one of you needs something.
Yeah, it was basically like it
wasn't that when Thrush
healed.
said, or Thresh?
Yeah.
That was where
District 11 dude.
Yeah, he said he could have killed. Well, she said he could have killed her, but he said this is for Rue.
And just this one time, 12.
That was it, right? So she grabbed what she needed, which was for Peeta.
Her speech to District 11.
I think you're right.
Her speech to District 11 broke my heart.
But that was enough to start the rebellion.
Also, what Peeta said was so well put. Oh my God. Fuck the cards.
Giving away the money?
Yeah. What? That was so funny. Can he do that? No. But he
just did. I really had a good time watching this movie. This was a really good movie. I don't know how I went so long not watching any of these movies, and I knew people talked about them and said they were good and all of that, but at the time, for whatever reason, 2013, 2012 for the first one, 2013 for this one, I really had no interest in watching these, and I don't know why. I missed out. These were really fun.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't think the whole point of the Hunger Games is like, yeah, 24 people go in and fight to the death, but that doesn't really capture the essence of this series.
Yeah.
This is, like I said, I don't really know if we'll cover the third movie on this podcast. We're definitely going to watch it because I just have to.
For sure.
But that's a lot more rebellion, which I guess there is a survival aspect to that. That's probably more real world survival. So I guess we'll kind of gauge as we watch it. There's a part 1 and a part 2, so maybe we just watch both and cover it all in one.
And if we're watching real world events right now, I mean,
It's the closest, I think.
Doesn't matter what side you're on. I don't care what side you're on. Seeing our government get this close to fighting each other, not good for the people.
You hear about Texas?
Yep, that's what I'm talking about.
That's very scary.
Yep.
That's very scary that the federal government would threaten a state like that.
Yep.
That seems a little too close to, I don't want to say it, but civil war.
And whatever side you're on, count the cost. I think that's one of the things I was saying before is it's so easy when you dehumanize people and you know, you're this side, you're that side. I don't like that side, so therefore, you know, I'm not going to get to know anything about you. I don't want to have a dialogue with you.
Because they don't realize they're human.
And once I do,
they're flawed just like you.
It's a lot harder to say, I want you to die. It's so easy to say to a persona, to something out there in the ether, you know, I just wish you would die. And
that's an interesting point. Did you know, I'm sure you know about, I think it was World War I, the soccer match that happened during Christmas
Day.
Afterwards, a lot of those soldiers did not want to keep fighting.
I wouldn't want to.
They just played soccer with their enemy. And they humanized them. They had conversations with them. They had meals with them. Now you have to go back to killing those people, which is a lot like the Hunger Games.
I think so.
You get to know these people, and now it's okay, go kill each other.
Yep.
That's
become allies and then kill each other.
Yeah.
It's
for
just,
our entertainment.
It's just disgusting. It's really quite.
It's a wicked. It's a mob mentality,
and it's a way of turning people into monsters.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think even the Capitol people, they had a moral line, although it's very misplaced. I think the moral line is don't send kids to go kill each other. But, you know, they are past that. Their moral line was the baby.
Yep.
And at least they're there.
Yep.
At least they have a moral line there. That's good.
Which is always a good start in any kind of a situation, a civil war like this. If you're the rebellion, when your enemy doesn't have the support of their people, that's always for the rebellion. That's always a good start for the actual. You know, this is Panem. For Panem, you're starting off in a very bad place. You don't have your people's support.
I've been talking to people about this. The population of the United States is like 340 million, something like that. My guess, probably 350.
350, 351, that's what I keep hearing.
How many members do you think are a part of the government? Out of 350 million.
That's a really good question.
2 million?
So what I would say is counting the military, right?
So I'm not counting postal workers, not you get paid by the government, but people who work for the government. I'm thinking all the IAs and the BIs and all the, you know what I'm talking about, the agencies and
the alphabet soup.
Yeah, exactly. The military, the people making decisions, legislators, those people.
I don't think 2 million is a terrible guess.
I'm also thinking city councils and stuff like that.
You might be upwards. I'm gonna round it a nice round number of 5 million if we go all municipalities, state. So you go municipal, county, state, federal, and all the different agencies in between. I'm gonna guess around 5 million.
5 million
out of 350 million.
So how do you calculate this? Let me do some math. Just population, pure numbers, 345 million people to 5 million. That is 69. I think does that make it 69 to 1?
What are you? You're just going to ratio?
Yeah.
If you did the ratio right, that's what it would be.
So
69.
if I did my math correctly, that's 69 people for every one
civilians for every
person
one government worker.
of government. If we're going on the high end of 5 million,
Mm-hmm.
what the hell is government going to do against that many people?
Well, I mean,
It takes that many people being united, though.
it does.
That's the problem.
It does.
So that's why I've been. Now this is feeling like a fucking rebellion podcast, but I've been.
Well, I mean,
I've been telling people stop with Democrats and Republicans.
Yeah.
That shit doesn't exist anymore. It's a uniparty. One of my coworkers said, I'm sure it's a pretty common quote, but I this is the first time I heard it. She said, "Right wing, left wing, same bird."
Yeah.
I'm like, holy shit,
You know
yeah,
what-
dude.
Do you know what I've been saying for over a decade? Right, left, they sit across the aisle from each other, but they're both pointed in the same direction.
Hmm. They all vote on the same stuff. It's crazy.
And they will spend our money, and they will give themselves our money, and they will not vote on anything that would be better for the people. One of the greatest things, how do you stop deficit spending, right?
Stop spending.
You can pass a law that says anytime the Congress spends more than X percent above, right? They're in deficit by X percent, let's say 3%, none of those members of Congress will be up for re-election. They
That
will
wouldn't-
never overspend again.
There's a TikTok that was like, if you could implement any law, no questions asked, you could just implement it. It would be implemented everywhere. What law would that be? And this guy, he said it nicely. Like he had it like written out in like legal jargon that would sound nice. But essentially it was saying every representative their salary will be the median salary of the district that they serve in. So if you serve in a poor community, you're going to get whatever the median income is for the people that you serve. So that's an incentive to actually improve the areas that you serve, because then your salary will go up as you improve the areas around you. But when you have these politicians who just take from their communities, destroy their cities, there's no incentive for them to actually improve their cities. All the incentive is to destroy. So if you made it so that their salaries were in line with the people's salaries, it'd be a totally different story.
Imagine that, because the median income in the United States is around $44,000.
So then they'd see how unrealistic it is. But see, the thing is, they know.
Well, there's a lot of correlation between real life and Panem.
A little, it gets a little scary.
Very scary.
A little scary just how similar.
Is this life imitating art or art imitating life?
They say Hollywood kind of has a tap into like what happens in Hollywood you end up finding out about 10 years later.
Well, there's also the thing, if somebody can write it, somebody can think it, somebody else can do it. So it goes both ways, but I get what you're saying.
So when is the first reaping going to happen in the U.S.? I think that's what we got to.
I think I'm at the point now where I don't have as good of a chance surviving catching fire.
Can you imagine a U.S. Hunger Games? 100 tributes, 2 from each state.
Although it wouldn't necessarily be, because we have 13 districts. 12 districts.
Yeah, but we have 50 states now.
Yeah, no, but all of them are broken up into districts.
Really?
District court.
Oh, I guess so. I never really put that together.
There's we're in.
Holy shit! Are we in the Hunger Games?
We're in the 9th Circuit.
Okay. Let's end this episode before we start a revolution or something. I don't know.
Well, so then, what do you think? Do you survive?
Well, I think I could have figured out the clock thing. Maybe not as fast, but I think to me that made a lot of sense. It seemed weird right off the bat that it was divided the way it was. The baboons, I don't know if I would have survived.
Oh man, those were badass though.
That could have been really rough. I don't know. Like, I'm not really like a strong person. I'm not like I can shoot, but I'm not like a great marksman like or archer like Katniss is. I'm not as smart as I'm not even near as smart as like Beatty. So this is kind of like Cube, where I just don't know if I survive something this intense. at least in the first Hunger Games, everybody is more or less just as unprepared as everybody for the most part. But in this one, these are all experienced winners. I guess if I'm in Katniss's shoes, though, then half the arena is on my side. So
then it becomes, so let's take out the arena part of it and go with the political, the diplomatic, the speaking engagements.
I am really good at just putting on a smile and going along with it, but I'm also such a crybaby bitch, and District 11 would have destroyed me. There's no way. Like,
well, I mean, but it did destroy Katniss.
But that's what I mean. I don't think she I guess she survived it. I guess that is true, but in what way, you know?
Right. Good point.
So, I don't know, maybe I could just go get through that. But I mean, that's also, she's in a situation where now she's become the face of the rebellion. She's the rebel leader. And that is not what she wanted at all.
Definitely.
And the worst part is, like, she's realizing really fast that in order to do this, she could lose everybody. She lost Cinna, which I guess we don't know if he's dead, but
I'm assuming.
I don't think they treated him nicely.
Yeah.
Gale got beat.
Yeah.
Like, her family's at risk. Everybody that she loves is at risk.
Shit.
Her district got taken over.
All good points. Well, what do you want? You want to hit them with our socials? Let's see what people think.
Oh, sure. We have X, or at Alex and Erik, WIS. We have Instagram. We have Facebook. We have
TikTok.
Pinterest. I'll leave that one. Hang on. Those other ones are at Will You Survive the Podcast. We have a Pinterest board with survival gear on it that you guys should totally go check out. And they can find that
At Pinterest, it's at Will You Survive the Podcast.
What he said. And there's some really cool stuff on there. If you want to buy some survival gear, we do get a little bit of a commission of that. So that'd be really, 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 really cool of you. And maybe they let you bring it into the first annual U.S. Hunger Games.
And hit them with our email.
Oh, yeah, that thing. Alex and Erik at willyousurvive.com.
Alex and Erik at willyousurvivethepodcast.com.
I was so close. You know what's funny? I hear you say it every time, but when I go to say it, brain empty.
That's the second time your brain has gone empty.
It happens a lot.
So please, guys, let us know. Will you survive the Hunger Games catching fire?